Oh my God!
I think it's like a blessing fountain. There's 108 fountains. You're supposed to go through all of them.
How many did you go through?
108.
I have been purified.
Before the expedition, I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone, but now I made new friends.
For the expedition, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and now I'm loud and proud of who I am, what makes me up, and what defines me.
Before the expedition, I never went around the world. Now, I traveled to 3 different countries.
In the past, we've done trips with blind and deaf kids and kids in the foster care system and first-generation Americans and kids with different kinds of challenges, but we wanted to bring all those kind of groups together. This is our inaugural expedition. We have a lot of different abilities and backgrounds. It's been one of the goals for No Barriers to evolve into this diverse community.
Men can get sick. All the airlines, they depict the women pictures.
By far, my favorite moment was when we were flying in the airplane. The view, it was breathtaking. I come from a really small town in Georgia, and the farthest that I've really been from home is probably about 3 states away. I was like overwhelmed with like peace and happiness and like satisfaction. It was really the first thing that I was like, wow, like I am in Nepal. I'm not in Georgia anymore.
I'm about to ride through the Himalayas on a horse.
Oh, Nepal is so cool. It's so full of culture and vibrant with colors. There's so many colors here. It's very dusty, which I feel like I have dust all over my body right now.
The views were phenomenal, and just the idea that you're riding a horse up these switchbacks up this mountain, coming from flatlands of Iowa, I never really thought I would have ever done that.
All the religious stuff we get to do, visiting monasteries and everything, I think that's something really special that not everyone gets to do. I think it's just important to kind of absorb the way that other people view the world, like seeing these holy artifacts. I think that's important to recognize that that's what people believe in, and being able to understand where different people come from is important.
We're about to interact with these amazing kids and students. I can't wait. We've learned some sign language, some Nepali sign language, so we can at least say our names.
There was 240 students there, all of them deaf, taken from 44 different regions, and they're all there learning so that they can support themselves in the future. They're learning English, mathematics, science, health, all these different things to help prepare them in the future for getting a job.
It was really cool when they were blessing us, and I felt really important, and that was really awesome. And so it just felt good that they had accepted us.
Hello, my name is Rachel. In America,
we had 4 different languages interacting at the same time. We had one guy who knew Nepali Sign Language and ASL Sign Language, but he was deaf as well. So you had one woman who was speaking in Nepalese, and she was signing in Nepali Sign. Then he was taking the Nepali sign, translating it into ASL, and then I was interpreting ASL into English. So you had 4 different languages bouncing back and forth so that everyone could communicate freely. It was so cool. It was the epitome of no barriers. You know, we found our own way.
I felt really close to the kids because I felt something different when I could see them communicate to each other in sign language, and when I was trying to communicate with them, and just being here in general kind of makes me realize a whole different perspective.
Most surprising was going to that deaf school and seeing these students wanting to know more about how we live, how deaf people live in America, what education is like.
These students are taken from different parts of all over Nepal, and they're taken from their villages and dropped off, and they may or may not ever see these kids again. For most of them, they won't. And the lucky few will get jobs here. The lucky few.
I was so amazed at these students who knew the odds, but they were striving to get a better education and to find a way to succeed in society. And I thought that was beautiful.
We're searching for fossils. We are halfway to Mustang, and we are searching for fossils. In this valley gorge. Kind of reminds me of a farm because there's herds of goats everywhere.
I like how it's just such an open valley. It makes you feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool.
That's cool.
All right, this one will be good enough. I've been involved with No Barriers for several years, and I've been wanting to go on one of these trips and be a part of the experience, not only for the other kids to really understand who they are and their capabilities, but to be a part of a different culture and to show that there's nothing wrong with disabilities. I'm really excited to give these ukuleles out to each of these students because they're all here to overcome different obstacles and barriers in their own lives, as well as work as a team. And for me, one of my biggest barriers was always music and trying to figure out how to do music without sound. And so picking up the ukulele and being encouraged to start writing music by this organization, No Barriers, has changed my life. And maybe it'll give them a way to express themselves and to dream a little bit.
Music has been a huge part of my life. It's a really good relaxation for me, whether I'm physically cramping up and just totally done after a day's hike, or mentally my anxiety or depression is just spiking and I can go to my guitar or my uke to just kind of calm and zen out.
I really feel as if music is the common denominator. Every culture, it doesn't matter where it is, even the most remote, creates their own forms of music. It's the thing that connects us all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We all love music in different ways, and so it's our way of breaking that barrier down and communicating on a base level.
For the expedition, I didn't know how to be myself as a person, but now I'm ready to embrace my uniqueness.
Before the expedition, I didn't like hiking, and now I kind of like hiking.
Before the expedition, I didn't know what true happiness was, and now I know what true happiness is.